Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Backpacktrader training room for Wednesday, May 17th. Please note the required risk disclosure. This room is for educational and information purposes only. It is not to be considered individual financial advice. Trading of this type carries substantial risks and should only be attempted with funds that you can afford to lose. All right, and we'll set that aside. Good morning, Miles. All right, crude spike right to the entry on this short trade. I would expect that's not tradable. I was actually trading the micro crude, and did not actually have it. I had that trade, but it never got down to the entry. On micro crude, it was down at 64 rather than 67. So anyway, then you pick up, assuming that you were able to avoid that trade, you pick up the long at 83. If you did get in the short, you would get the long at 86 as a stop and reverse. That goes to target 1 is at 95, so we would actually go to target 2 and 3 if you were on the stop and reverse. So 16 and 23, 39 ticks, and that definitely would have gotten you positive. If it wasn't the stop and reverse, you'd have taken 12 and 19 for 31 with no loss. The loss would have been 67 to 86, so that would be 18 ticks. From 39, you'd have been up 21 net. So 1 or 2 and done, depending on your situation, whether you got in, were able to avoid the short trade or not. Unleaded has actually been rather problematic this morning. We get a short trade that goes a full stop. That one is a 69 tick risk, so that's 138 tick loss. We have a second short, again, looked for adjustments to avoid it, but it just wasn't quite avoidable. Gives us a 35 tick risk, 70 tick loss, so we're down 208. Target 1 traders get a win, 31 on the target and 1 on the trailer, so 32. So you're at 176, and target 2 traders are at 206. And we come in for the long here. And the market is about to open. YM is flat. Soybeans has a get in sync trade. Soybeans a little more active than it's been of late, looks like. I'd push that, well, that's academic as it went through too fast. So as I was saying, target 2 traders pick up. Target 1 traders get another target 1 of 52 ticks. $238 from the entry at 207, so 31 on the trailer. So 83 ticks takes you to 93 down for target 1. 3162. So target 2 traders are at 144. And then you end up in the short that just stopped out for a 45 tick risk, 90 tick loss. 234 for target 2, 183 for target 1. Soybeans with a short trade now, and even if you didn't get in initially, it's just hit the entry again. YM in a short. Russell triggering into a short as well. Let's see, what have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trades. We got one more trade on unleaded. Since crude is done for now, we'll go back to crude when we get to our inventory session at 10:30, but we're done with it for today, or for this session anyway. And we're still about a minute 15 from our start time on the micro NQ. All right. We did stop and reverse on soybeans from 54.50 with the adjustment. I might even take that 54.75 with the 50 EMA there, but it did get through, and it is big enough to target 1. So yeah, I'd call that 75. That's not what I wanted. Make it a 3-tick adjustment, or one additional tick on top of our stop and reverse. So 54.75 to 56.50 is a 7-tick win. I gotta make some adjustments. I rebuilt this trade, so I gotta go in and make some adjustments in the calculator so I can see our stop now still at 35 even, or 55 even rather, because of our adjustments. There is a potential short trade, hasn't confirmed yet on the histogram. Looking for target 2 at 58 flat. Missing it by 1 tick a little further back there. YM taking heat on the short now. Russell survived the short just barely. Russell's still short, the YM's still short. Flat on the pound Aussie this morning, nothing to do there. Here's trade 6 on unleaded, and that's looking like He just touched the session high, but we didn't hit the stop. Good morning, Stephen. All right, target 2 for 54.75 to 58, 13 ticks. So we're up 20, and target 3 gets us 59.5, 59.5 for another 6. That's 19. 39 ticks, almost 10 points, and we now have 2 points in hand, or actually, yeah, 2.25 points in hand on the trailer. So using all positions, this will be at least a $600 trade so far. And the YM coming back down roughly to the entry. And we are in our trade time on the micro NQ, but still in the previous long trade that's gone too far to get in sync with. And Russell stops out. Loss on trade number 1. All right, soybean stop at 57.25. No changes anywhere else. Good morning, Arizona Bob. And the YM peaking below the entry again. See if it'll work down through the 50 EMA this time. Soybean stop at And soybean just stopped out at 58 even, which was target 2, and that was 13 ticks. So 3¼ points. We net 13 points, $650 on the trade, with one contract at each of 4 positions. And that is should be, now let's see, we netted 13 points. We lost what? 51.75 to 54.75. We actually lost. We lost 12 points. Net of 1 point on the 2 trades. But a 2 and done session. And unleaded picking up a target 2 win. Target 1 picked up 21, target 2 picked up 33, and we go to 52.01 for the stop, which was 46. So target 2 picks up 33 and 46, 79 ticks. Let's see, we were down 234. So we go to 145 for our loss on the day. And target 1 was down 183. You pick up 46 and 21, 67. So you're down 116 or 106. 116. So losing session on unleaded today. YM with a couple of closes now below the 50. We'll see if it can continue to push down. Now the 200's getting up around money management, so that's going to present some problems. YM back up to the entry. Alright, that should get those. Yeah, there we go. Alright, still pretty much the same story. Nothing new. I'll go ahead and put the, since unleaded is done now, I'll go ahead and put it back where it belongs. And a short setup on micro NQ. Let's see, 508 and a half. Not much going on right now. Slow moving, and there's money management on the YM. Will we get target? And we do get target. 40 tick target. That will be a one and done session on the YM. Micro NQ short trade triggered in. $191 for the YM stop. All right, YM and the micro NQ both moving down. YM stop down to 171. Micro NQ approaching its target 1 for money management. YM stop to 156. $151 now for the YM stop. Coming back up to challenge it. And a quick down bar. Russell continuing to push downward, but no trade. $147 is the plotted stop. The high of that bar is 148. I think I would leave it at 151 if it were me. Your entry was 204. Yeah, you've got a 40 tick target. You've got a 53 tick trailer already at 51. Now tuck it in up above the 150 and above that swing high. See if we can get a little bit more. All right, there's a stop out at 47 if you are playing it strictly by the calculator. But 51 would risk. I'm willing to risk that 4 ticks for a bigger move here. That looks like a reaction to me, so I'm going to try to tuck it in above the swing level. And accept that 4 tick risk. And now, of course, I'll have to track it manually. And stopping out at 51 anyway. So it cost me the 4 ticks, but that's okay. One and done session on the YM. Micro NQ. Hitting money management. Stop should come to break even at 508, or break even plus a tick, 508 3/4, all right, and 1/4, excuse me. This is a short, so it's got to go down. And we got another 15 minutes or so. I got about another 20 minutes or so if we can run this session before I need to shut down and get ready for the crude oil inventory session. Well, I am coming up to test the moving averages. Russell with a small pullback to the upside. And the micro NQ still just working to try to get down. It's just a couple of ticks off of it, the low of this move. Micro Russell approaching session lows, as is the micro NQ. Not terribly close. It's still 10 points above its session low. The Russell getting to within about a half point of its session low. YM solidly in positive territory. All right. Getting down to that session low. Russell setting session lows. Micro NQ about 4 ticks away. One single point. Sorry to say, the micro NQ is the only thing with an active trade right now. No 10 a.m. crude mini session this morning. We do have the inventory report this morning. in another half hour at 1/2 the hour. And the 50 crossing over the 200 in the YM. Let's see, where is our target? Yeah, this is a slightly larger trade than normal on the micro NQ because we do have a little bit of a wick on this setup bar. Target 2 is at 469.5. That's a 39-point target. And Russell and micro NQ showing a bit of a react. Looks like so far it's a reaction. I would expect that after that kind of move. YM is kind of sideways right now. Okay, Stephen, this is a, what platform are you using? Are you on TradeStation or NinjaTrader? Okay, TradeStation. Really shouldn't matter a whole lot. This is a custom Renko bar. 12 points for the Renko bar and a 3-point offset. So it's a 12-point bar with a 3-point offset, custom Renko. And other than, well, let's see, it's not quite, and it's a custom plan. It's I believe that the plan, if you look for the micro NQ plan, see the NQ plan for the custom Renko on the owner site, I believe, is the 6.2, but it's the same setting, calculator settings, except for the bars, your data series. So except for the bar size, and the calculator is exactly the same as the 6.2. This is the 6.2, which may have been a better. Oh wow, that's a beauty this morning. Now it got a little tough right around 9:30. 1, 2, 3, yeah. Depending on how fast that traded, it could have been the end of your session right there. And then trade number 4 would have been this nice short. Let's see. Yeah, I can go ahead and let's bring up the settings on this. Okay, for the calculator, as I said, it's a 48 tick or 12 point ring. For you on TradeStation, you'd set it up as 12 points. With a 3-point offset, 12 ticks is 3 points. Ignore the second comment there because that was for the 6-2. Anyway, entry offset ticks is 6. Stop offset is 8. Targets are 1.5, 2.5, 3.5, and 4.5. And the fixed target ticks is 156, but that actually ends up being somewhere in the middle. Russell, a nice little up move, but not with the 22 EMA as a filter. Our crossover occurs on this third bar, and 6 ticks is not going to get us up above that 22 EMA. Okay, minimum ticks for break even. I'll go ahead and bring it down a screen. So, section C, stop controls is 40. We are using a break even money management, 44 tick minimum for, that's 11 points. Break even of 1 tick. Trailing stop controls is 200% of target 1. Target 1 is 1.5x, so it would be basically 3x. It's actually going to be a little bit more than that with the entry and stop offsets. Or yeah, with the entry offset. Actually, it's going to be a little less. I don't know how they... Minimum ticks to trail is 12. And we're trailing the 14 EMA. And everything else should be everything else should be default. We do not use key level adjustments on the quarter point tick markets. And that's all you should need. And play with the. You might play with the 6-2, which is a 6-point Brinko 2-point offset. Same calculator settings. We had gone up to the 12-3 just because a couple of months back everything was really volatile, and the NQ was moving extremely rapidly. We just had to slow it down to be able to trade it a little bit. It was extending really nicely. So that's where we went to 12. 12's been a little sluggish lately, I have to admit. So the 6-2 might be your better bet in the current market condition. The 156 tick fixed target will be more of a max excursion type situation on the 6-2. No, see, here's the 156 tick, well beyond target 4 on the 6 tick, whereas on the 12 I'll open this up. See, it's basically right at target 2 on this trade. It's actually normally just a little bit less than target 3. And now we have a long setup. Stop and reverse possibility. Call it 506.50. Give it a 1 point adjustment. There's our stop and reverse entry. It's going to be a slight positive on the stop. Stop at 08.25. But so far still in the short. Taking another run at it. And there's the entry into the long. So we pick up 508.50 to pick up 2 points on the first trade and virtually a break. 8 ticks, so it's essentially a break even. Actually, let's see, 2 points times 4 positions on that trade plan. Targets 2, 3, and 4 and trail. I guess that gives us 8 points, which is on the full contract wouldn't be nothing, but it's a little bit. It's only $16 on this micro, $2 a point. Alright, it's getting to be 10:15. Micro NQ is in the long trade, and that's the only thing active right now. Well, the only trade that's active. We're still in our session on the Russell, that's climbed back up above session open, as has the NQ. But that is where I'm going to leave it with you folks. And we will be back in about a little less than 15 minutes for the crude oil inventory report. Have a good one. We'll see you shortly. See you again shortly.